Hello and welcome to Weekend Investing Daily Bites. Today is 21st of October and we are shooting episode number 118. A lot of people don't do any asset allocation, so we have decided to do a series and we are trying to hedge our equity positions with in the first part as gold, and we will showcase how having even a small hedge of 10% or even up to 25% can smoothen out your equity curve of your entire portfolio over a longer period. So we will get into that, but first let's take a look at the markets. So after yesterday's dramatic move down, many sectors still continued the downward move. So IT, metals, consumption stocks, real estate, FMCG, infra stocks, commodity stocks were all in the red. A lot of leverage is coming off, especially in some large FNO names, large moving FNO names. But one sector which really stood out today was PSU banking. As we have been saying for last many sessions, that there is relative strength in the PSU banking counters as well as public sector enterprise in general. The public sector enterprise index also moved up 0.23% and PSU banks moved up 2.7% on a dramatically down day today. So this shows that there is so much divergence within sectors within the market, and if you are staying with the strength, you can actually reduce your damage in case you are a very short-term player. And the same thesis actually plays out in the longer-term momentum portfolio also. That staying with the relative strength, if there are 200 stocks and there are 25 stocks which are falling less, gradually if you move into them, then your pain or your sort of deepest drawdowns don't impact you as much as you would have in the index itself. So this relative strength is a very important concept, and that is very nicely implemented in momentum strategies. So within the various indices, we can see that all indices were down between 0.5% to 0.75%. Small caps and mid caps more so than Nifty. In terms of weekend investing, many small cases were again down minus 1.7% on CNX 200. MI20 was down minus 1.65%. MI35 down minus 1%. And only MIMT all cap managed to be in the green. One stock was up very dramatically in this, and that caused some recovery on this strategy. So the last week is totally red now, and it has wiped out most of the gains or some of the gains of the last 1 month. But these are part and parcel of the market movements. We cannot have a one-way movement at all times. So let's see where this goes, where we bottom out, whether this is going to be a continuation of weakness in the coming days and weeks, or maybe we have come to a point where we may go sideways for some time, because result season is usually the period where these fluctuations will happen. Stocks get primed up for over expecting from results, and then when the result comes, either they just meet expectation, or if they fall below expectation, then stocks start to collapse. So you really need your stock to come out with a result which is better than expectation to really even stand that ground. So let's move to the topic of the day. Okay, so gold as a hedge is the topic of the day. So what we will do is we will first see how Nifty has performed over the last decade or so, and then we will say if we asset allocate 10% to gold and 90% to Nifty, or we asset allocate 25% to gold and 75% to Nifty, what happens? So just by itself, Nifty in the last 11 years that you are seeing here has been down only on 3 occasions in 3 years: 2012, financial year 2012, financial 2015-16, and financial 19-20. So 9%, minus 9%, and minus 26%. Gold has also been down about four years in the last 11, minus 0.8, minus 11, minus 4, minus 0.8. Now, what it is interesting to see is that in each of the years when the equity is down, so Nifty is down 26% here, gold at the same point is in the same year is up 31%. Nifty is down 8.9% in FY16, gold is up 10%. Nifty is down 9.2% in FY12, gold is up 33%. So you are seeing that gold is providing you the perfect hedge against your equity exposure. Of course, gold cannot give you the returns that Nifty can give you, or maybe crypto can give you, but it is providing you with a hedge. Now, how much hedge you want to use is of course up to that person's decision, but this will smoothen out your equity curve over time. So if we were to add 10% gold to the mix, so 90% Nifty and 10% gold, then in this year we have reduced our damage from 9.2% to 4.9%. In the gaining years, we have reduced slightly here, 15 versus 18 here, 23 versus 26 here. So adding gold is reducing our pain, but is also going to reduce some of our returns, right? In this year, for instance, in FY21, we would have got 71, but by adding 10% gold, we would have got only 64%. The beauty of this is that as you add more, so Nifty plus gold at 25%, you can see that your maximum damage, even in the year when Nifty fell 26%, was only 11.7%. Now you may say that, I don't want to give up any return and I'm willing to accept whatever pain comes my way. So then you don't need a hedging. Then you should stay with equity 100%. Nifty has fallen 70% also in 2008, but you'll have to bear that kind of pain then. But if more, average person would not want too much volatility in their portfolio. So it is like an insurance, why do we buy insurance? We buy insurance so that we don't get rude shocks. Otherwise, we are paying out premium, and if you calculate the amount of premium that you paid over your lifetime, you probably never use that in your emergency, whether it is health or whether it is car, etc. But it is just a mental satisfaction that you don't want to get a rude shock. Now, if we plot this, then you can see that if we started at 100 and the dotted line is only Nifty, we would have reached 313 over these 11 years. If we had added 10% gold, we would have still reached 313. If we had added 25% gold, we would have reached 308. So not any major difference in the return that you would have got here, right? But just see the amount of drawdown you would have got. So Nifty from 199, it fell to 147, 38% drop in FY 19-20. Whereas if you had 10% gold, you would have dropped only 195 to 155. So maybe 23%. And if you had 25% gold, you would have dropped only 188 to 166. So just above 10 or 11%. 12% maybe. So you are seeing that your pain reduces a lot, and you can just see in this chart how smooth this orange line is versus the dotted line, right? In terms of the amount of stability it provided you in some of the bad years. So now let's also take another example. Nifty was one. So we are going to take one of our products, Nifty Next 50, NNF 10. So this is a product which is a very, very popular, one of our most popular products these days, where we allocate 2 to 10 stocks, all large caps, all from Nifty Next 50 index, and rebalance it monthly. So you can see here, this is the same table as what we saw earlier, and this is the Nifty Next 50 performance. Again, here we can see that it fell only in 3 years, 4 actually, minus 4, minus 0.3, minus 0.9, minus 11%, and in all those 4 years, again, FY 11-12, FY 16-17, FY 19-20, FY 18-19, FY 19-20. In all those 4 negative years on the equity, we had positive years on the gold. So it again is showcasing you that this is a perfect hedge in terms of providing the contra weight to your portfolio. Now, if we added 10% gold, you are seeing that the maximum hit you would have taken was 7%. If you added 25% gold, this is the very beautiful part. Almost you would have had no drawdown at all. I mean, that is really, really sensationally beautiful, I would think. That over 11 years, you would have participated 75% of your capital into NNF10 and allocated 25% to gold, and you would have had virtually no drawdown at the end. And when we are calculating this at the end of the year, you may have had some in the middle of the year, but virtually no drawdown at the end of the year in this entire decade. Now that is actually something. If you do the ROMAD ratio, it will come out to be very crazy on this. So let's also see this on the chart. So what we are doing here is, just to give you the methodology also, that let's say we're starting with 100 and we're allocating 90 to NNF10 and 10 to gold. So, gold gave 33% return, NNF10 gave minus 4.4% return. So at the end of this year, we are reallocating the resulting capital again in 90-10. So there is one rebalance that we are doing at the end of the year, wherein the overall capital gets reallocated to 90-10 or 75-25, as these two examples are. So this is the chart of if you did NNF10 with a hedge with gold. So you started at 100, and if you just did NNF10, just our strategy, your 100 would have been at 650 after this 10 and a half or about 11 years, with drawdown of about 22% here. If you did 10% with gold, you would have reached 604. And if you did 25% with gold, you would have reached 532. So now here the returns are a bit less, but still 5 times over 11 years is still a dramatic, return for a large cap portfolio. And just see the beauty here. We are just going up on this orange line and there is no drawdown. I mean, at best you went flat here, but there is no drawdown. So 11 years of investing into an equity product, 75% allocated and 25% allocated to gold, and there is zero drawdown. So this is what asset allocation does. And as you grow older and as your portfolio and overall size of your wealth grows older, and as your heart may become weaker, you don't want to see too much fluctuations in your wealth. And this is how you can manage that, even at the cost of reducing your returns a little bit. There are actually all the very smart investors out there are very, very happy if they can get 15% CAGR returns. It is only, the very young crowd who wants 40%, 50%, because they also need to build capital very quickly. But the serious money knows that, the realistic long-term 15% is a dramatic change of compounding that they will see on their own portfolio, and hence a smooth portfolio with little or no drawdowns is a any day pick for me, at least, to give me better sleep and easy sort of outlook on my portfolio. So this is all I had for this video. We'll do more on this asset allocation thing. I hope you're liking these series, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.